Here we go, another comparison video. Today we have the Squier Vintage Modified 70s Precision and the Fender Player Precision. Now you notice there's a lot of similarities between these two just from the looks department, but there's some differences too. And we're going to go into a little bit. We're going to play them both, see what you think about how they sound, and is one a better deal than the others? First off, with the similarities. Both of these are obviously precision basses. These are both limited editions that are only available in Guitar Center or their affiliates, so Musician's Friend and Guitar Center. This is surf green color, which you can only get at Guitar Center. This one here is an older version. We'll get into the differences between the older and the newer. There aren't very many. And this one here is the ocean turquoise color, which again is only available at Guitar Center. Right up front, I can tell you the biggest difference between these two is this sucker's heavier than this sucker. Maybe about a pound. These tend to go for high 8, between 8, close to 9 pounds each. So I'm going to guess that this one's around 8 and this one's around 9. Not putting them on the scale. Sorry, not getting any more more specific than that with me. Let's go with the Squier. So this is part of Squier's Vintage Modified series. So what is the Squier Vintage Modified series? Well, it's the way of thinking of pretending, what are some common modifications that someone might have made to an instrument back in the day. So right off the bat, one of the most common modifications that people made to P basses in the 70s was to put a jazz bass neck on it. Why? Because, well, the older P basses tend to be very thick and chunky. Thunky? And a lot of people didn't like that, and they preferred the relative more ease and speed of playing a jazz bass neck. So right there, that's the first feature of this bass here. So what do we have? We have a maple neck, obviously, with a maple fingerboard. We have binding and inlays. I can't tell. They think they're painted on, but who knows. It's a basswood body, and it has a standard nondescript Squier pickup in it. Black pickguard. This one here has a brass tug bar and a bridge cover. Now, back in the day, P basses came brand new with bridge covers and pickup covers, as well as a tug bar, which in the halfway through the 70s they moved up top here and became more of a thumb rest, but this is the idea. So that is, it's meant to get the 70s vibe going from that. You can still get this model, but as I said, this is an older model, and the only difference between this model and the one they offer now is they lost the doodads. So there's no pickup, there's no bridge cover, and there's no more tug bar. This is retailing for around $450 at Guitar Center. As I said, it's a special limited edition only available at Guitar Center. They also make this in black and a walnut finish, which is kind of like a dark chocolatey brown. Those you can get at any other retailers. Those go for around $480. I've seen this one around $480 as well. Of course, the thing is, I think this was around $380, $400 back in the day, so the price has gone up a little bit on these. But like I said, you can still get this same bass. It just doesn't have the covers and the tug bar on it. Here is the Fender Player series, which is the latest version of the Mexican-made Fender P bass. And, it's meant to be just your plain meat and potatoes, regular, everyday P bass. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy. This one here is a 2018 model, but they still make this same model currently in production. Again, it is a limited edition, but this is an ocean turquoise color, which is very nice, and has a tort pickguard. Your typical Player series are available with either maple or rosewood necks and your standard colors. They have some cool one. They have one that's similar but a little bit different, I think, called tide pool. Whatever, I think it's a cool look. This one I did get used. This is mine. This has a bridge cover on it, which makes it just like the Squier, but this is aftermarket. The person, somebody who owned this bass before me, put that on. I also put the pickup cover on. I took the pickup cover off. Excuse me. They didn't bother putting a tug bar on it, but you know, this is standard, regular, old-fashioned precision bass, maple neck, maple fretboard, alder body. Millions and millions of P-basses out there with this type of setup, alder body. And this is a standard Alnico Fender Precision Bass pickup. It has been strung up with some sort of flat wounds. I'm not sure of the brand. The Squier is set up with GHS Bright Flats. The Squier was lent to me by my good friend Steve Lane. You know, it just happenstance. I came upon this bass and had that bass from Steve and said, hey, let's check it out. What's the difference? Now this one retails for $825. Again, like I said, an exclusive to Musician's Friends and Guitar Center. The regular Player Series Fender P-Bass goes for $799. So for $25 more, you get a limited edition color and a Torque pick guard. Really, it's only aesthetics. On the used market, it doesn't matter. You know, the limited edition P-basses go for the same price as used as the regular player ones. They hold their value okay. Used market, they go between $500 and $600 is typically what you see them at. You may see low, like around $475 or so, and you may see some people trying to get a little more than $6. I wouldn't pay more than $6 for a used one unless it's in really, really good shape, because they are pretty much anywhere. But there you go. That's the Fender Player Series Precision Bass. All right, let's get down to hearing how they sound. So I'm going direct out of my Mesa Boogie WD-800. You can check the video out on that. You know, please check out my other reviews. If you like what you see here, go ahead and click that like button and subscribe. I have some more comparison videos coming up, so just keep that in mind, and I have some other ones in there, and people seem to like comparison videos, so hey, let me know if you want to see some others. I'll see what I can do. But like I said, this has GHS Bright Flats going through the Mesa Boogie WD. Pretty simple. Now, people call these one-trick ponies. That really aren't. You can get a ton of different tones. Nobody plays with the same bass tone, but there is kind of like a universal bass tone that a P-bass kind of brings. But I'm not going to go through all the differences and all that. This is just a straight-up comparison real quick. We'll run through the basses, throw the same bass line on to both, and you let me know what you think. So we have the volume and the tone up all the way. I also will tone back halfway. And if I don't play the same exact line, shoot me. They'll be close though. Now, tone all the way off. One thing I got to tell you, what you're missing out, I don't know if you can see because of the camera angle, but I'm going through Mesa Boogie Subway 215. And anyone who knows, you can see the little light here, I'm going through 2-ohm operation. This is an incredible cabinet. I will probably do a video on that in a little bit, but it's going to be really, really hard to capture the awesomeness of this bass cab on a video like this, but we'll try. All right, let's head over to the Fender. All right, Fender player. Volume and tone all the way up. Tone about halfway. Tone all the way off. Hey, shock, they both sound like P basses. So a setting I like is right around halfway tone. Volume up all the way, halfway tone. I'm going to play both basses with that same setting, and you let me know what you think about how they sound. So there you have it. Squier Vintage Modified 70s P Bass. Fender Player Precision. What do you think? This one's crafted in China. This one's crafted in Mexico. This one runs you between $450 and $480. This one runs you between $800 and $825. Is it worth the $350 difference in price brand new? Well, to me, I don't think so. This is a real solid performer. It's another Fender brand name, so I won't want to say performer. This is a real solid bass. You could do a whole lot worse. I mean, there are tons of cheap P basses out there. Glary, Exquisite, SX, and everybody makes a P bass. A lot of people, though, get hung up. They want something that's just like the original. Well, this is the closest you're going to get to a regular Fender P bass. It's got the Fender headstock. It says Fender on the back because, you know, it's Squier by Fender. It has this Fender style logo. Actually, it says Fender right under the Squier. So this is the closest you're going to get for low money to a Fender. And I got to say, it's a great value. It's maybe a little heavier than some people would like it to be, but, you know, well worth it. No one's going to kick you out for the sound. Now your other option here, the Fender player, I mean, this is, if you just want a plain Jane Fender Precision Bass, this is it. This is the heir to the great, one of the most popular basses ever made. It says Fender right on the headstock, right? Fender. So it's old school. No one's going to know any better. They see it. They see the Fender. No one's going to question you at all. They're going to hear this bass before you start playing it, because it's such ingrained in people's heads. And you know, I'm not much of a precision bass guy. I've tried bonding one. I like this one right now for the time being. Maybe I will keep it. I wanted something with that I could throw flats on, and it was decent, and I got it for a good price. Honestly, I'd get the Squier, and I probably would have if I didn't get this one. So yeah, those are my thoughts there. Let me know what you think. Did you notice a difference? I mean, I think the Squier might have been a little brighter than the Fender, and I don't know if that's because the strings are newer. I have no idea the age of these strings. I don't think these strings are very new. They've been on for a while. But there you go. Let me know what you think in the comments. What do you prefer? Do you want the OG Fender, or are you good with the Squier? So again, please subscribe, check out my playlist of other videos, and there's probably another video popping up here or something for you to check out. And again, let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, and rock on.